It's a GitHub repository where people are collecting simplified man pages for common tools. It was quite a nice idea, I found.
I think I put it into the vimfest pattern patch.
Ah, maybe I saw it there.
Yeah. It's the too long to read. Yeah. I didn't try it out. It's on my list for here. Yeah, because it's the problem. The man pages are so huge and you can't find what you're looking for. And so you put up Google search and find short examples of exactly what you want.
Yeah.
And yeah.
There's another URL for you. Git Buch.
Also written by you.
Ja, wird ein Punkt für den CH. So my co-author of the zshbuch, Julius, wrote a book with another friend of mine about Git, also with open source press, but open source press kicked the bucket after 10 years. So they released the whole book as a Git repository. So now you can mess with it if you like. Or simply you can download it for free and it's okay. It's not just on the Russian website or anything. So it's good that way. And yeah, Julius. So Valentin, the other guy, is here in Berlin and he gives talks about and workshops about Git. Naturally, and Julius went on after doing his diploma in mathematics here to Australia, where he now works for Google. Ta-da. So he's actually a co-worker kind of Bram now, well, in the same company. So yeah, well, download it, have fun, contribute, expand, enhance, you know.
Nice.
So that's also how to write books with open source and plain text files.
Exactly. Yeah. So the Git book is an example of something to use with Git. Yeah.
Let's check the config section.
Okay, so once we had it, there's another thing on GitHub which I didn't know until the research for the Git presentation, that are called awesome lists. I don't know if anyone knows the awesome lists on GitHub. Yeah? Okay. Yeah, I just found them for the research and they are awesome, that's why they got the name. It's like Wikipedia, which I've tried to use, the English Wikipedia version, every time I'm looking for a new framework, a new software or such things. I put up one I know on Wikipedia, the English one, and most of the time they have a link to a comparison with release notes and version and licenses and stuff like that. And so I can compare them, but the awesome list is the same thing just on GitHub, so everyone can, instead of inline editing, use GitHub for inline editing or pull them down. And the main awesome list is a collection of awesome lists based on topics. So you can take a look, okay, what I'm into, and can, I think most interesting are the free stuff, the free that have free books, they have resources for Vim and stuff like that. And there was also for developers, so free open source software for developers, which is another awesome list separated into different parts. So if you want a new project management software for yourself, you can take a look which they have and look them up. And each list is another Git repository, which is pull request into another awesome list. And they also have, which I find kind of interesting, for self-hosted stuff. So you don't need Google, Dropbox or stuff like that, and can take a look. Okay, what do I want to host myself? Like email, content management, DNS, feed readers, maps, GPS, routing, software development, VPN, stuff like that. And it's a huge list, always with a license and the programming language. So you can say, okay, I want to Ruby, I want to PHP or Node.js. So I filter for that and for the license, and can grab that, try it out. And so there's no reason to say, okay, I need to use Google or any of the global players, because there are awesome lists providing huge base of already existing software which I can use. And yeah, and because they aren't like Wikipedia, so everyone can change, you have to create a pull request, so at least there's some control about the control of the quality of the software, because someone has to review the pull request, and I hope they will check out whether it's real free software and of the quality and stuff like that. So things like much should be here. No. Yeah, because it's a host, it's self-hosted, not as a client, not a hosted version. So much should be emails, hopefully. Awesome. Yeah. But I'm sure it's somewhere.
Nice try.
This is an awesome CLI list where you can find what for productivity.
That's better.
Yeah. And what I find also awesome list is taskwarrior, which I want to try out. I don't know if anyone's.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
So I need my to-do list also on my phone because that I carry everywhere around, and the problem with taskwarrior is that there is no sensible client for phones.
Okay.
There's a way to sync it, and there is a client, but it totally sucks, and it isn't really in development anymore as far as I know. Otherwise, it is quite nice and far better than to-do.txt if you want to manage your tasks on the command line, but yeah, so if you do everything on your computer, everything is fine. If you need it like me on a phone, because you carry it around and want to jot your notes.
Yeah. So it doesn't help.
Yeah.
Until someone wrote a client.
Yes. There's some web client that can sync with it, and there is.
And you're ready to show it. And you are ready to show it.
What do you mean with
the web client?
Well, if you're telling us everything about it now, are you ready to show it?
No, not really, because it's like a year ago that I really used it, because then I switched away from it after using it a couple of months, because...
You switched away?
Yes, I switched. Right now I'm using Remember the Milk. Before that I used a paper-based thing, and before that Todoist. But after using command line based tools which all had some problems, I use now again a commercial tool. And when I used the Mac, I used OmniFocus, and there's still nothing better than OmniFocus out there. I can't find anything that has a comparable feature set, and there's especially one feature that everything else is missing, and that is start dates.
What dates?
Start dates.
Start dates.
Start dates. Let's imagine you have a task you know you have to do. Like, let's say you have a project. You have
Let's
a project.
say you're plugging into the project and
No,
showing it.
no, I can't show it. This is no Mac.
Well, you might have another one in your rucksack. And
No, I don't have one. I switched also away from OS 10
so
1.5 years ago.
Okay,
But the concept of the start date is pretty simple. A start date is there are due dates. Everyone knows those. You have a deadline. You set a due date to your task. You get remembered that the task is due. A start date is something similar for you have a task which you know you have to do, but you can only start it on a certain date. For example, registration for the next Chaos Communication Congress. You know you have to do it on that day, but you can't do it before that day. So you do not need to see it in your task list until that day. And with the start date and the start time, you can say, vanish from my task list until the day I need it. And when you have several hundred tasks, this can really help.
Yeah, okay, makes sense, definitely.
And remember, the MOOC has something like a start date, but to send you a reminder when a task starts, but an out of sight thing, I can't find anything else that has it.
So it's getting cluttered more.
Yes, exactly.
So, yeah.
And only OmniFocus has it, for whatever reason.
Focus.
Yeah, it's a Mac only
Yeah.
company.
Yes. Yeah, they started Next. They started when Next was the thing, and switched from Next to OS 10 when Next wasn't anymore and OS 10 was the thing. And they will never switch to, or they will never publish anything for any other platform than OS 10 and iOS.
Okay, let's see. Thanks.
Okay, thank you for your talk then.
Yeah.